Hey club members, here with another video. Today I'm talking about simulation and animation, and to more extent how to model hair and how those two connect. Simulation is the idea in 3D animation for things like when you model hair and put it on a character, or it's fur on a mythical creature, or how grass kind of blows when you're trying to animate a windy prairie valley scene, whatever that means, and then how that, I guess I just explained that, how those connect. So with simulation does come hair modeling, and then simulation is then creating that effect of how that hair properly flows and sits on a person's head or on their body, rather than just looking completely wild. Because I've had that happen. When learning how to model hair, it does not look quite how I want to, and then that's when simulation comes into play, where it applies gravity, applies physics, it makes it look like realistic hair. So again, Khan Academy will introduce you on that whole idea. And then simulation applies a lot more to 3D, so there was a lot more tutorials available for things like Blender and Maya. So the ones I have, they are longer. Like some of them you can look at it and it's like, oh dang, it's like 2 hours worth. But again, there's certain points where you can just skip ahead. They have endpoints saying if you want to see this part of the video, this part of the video, this part of the video. So I don't know. That way you're not subjected to the whole thing. And then the other part of it is, even though a simulation applies more to 3D programs, I still included videos for things like After Effects and Opentoonz. There was a really good video I found for After Effects in terms of how animating hair, tips and tricks for that. And then there was one in Opentoonz. And I'll specifically say for that one, it's not specifically about like, oh, how you make hair and how it specifically flows. It's more broad in terms of how to animate a head turn. Which applies a lot more like facial features, how the head is, angles, things like that. But what it also does is how that hair flows. So how they animate it and how it goes from your head's here, turn it that way, how the hair will move from that. So it does give a good idea in terms of how to animate hair in that sense for Opentoonz in that 2D space. So that's all I had for there, and have fun with this topic.